Hi, you are through. You've clicked onto Hidden Mysteries Timeless Year Ahead for those in official love and relationship. This is your reading. We are going to start off with our Significator deck, which is the Nefertiti Iffy deck. The decks have all been pre-cut just for the sake of time, trying to do this in 10 minutes. Bottom of the deck, we have travel. So the year ahead for those of you in official love and relationship, travel is something that's going to be the main significant thing for the year ahead of you. I just take off the top of the deck once I've pre-cut and shuffled. So this is the main significator. We are going to definitely have to clarify this since we've got this message about fear as a significator for those in official relationship. It is a focus, and I'm assuming the focus is on fear gripping your love and relationships around travel. Maybe fear of travel, maybe fear of moving forward, of exploring, and all that travel represents to you. I just want to clarify that though. So, by the way, just to introduce you, so we're reading with Nefertiti, we're clarifying, significating with Nefertiti Iffy, which we've just done. We are reading with the Egyptian Book of Doors deck. We are clarifying with the African American Tarot, and we are using the Oracle messages from Nubian Wellness, Crystal Allies, and the Universe Has Your Back. All right, that's for the first 10-minute reading. There will be an extended, I'll talk about that later. Okay, so we have Ampu at the bottom of this deck in terms of, what's going on in terms of the main energy for the year. So Ampu is about the doorway, and literally junctions where we have to decide. So when I say junctions, I mean like a doorway of initiation, like which way are we going to go now, using our discernment in terms of that. So because we have fear and travel here, I would say in terms of moving forward and exploring ourselves in official love, those of us that are in official love and relationship, is really important to discern. Because for me, Ampu, it is about he comes with you in the duat. He comes with you down into the shadow work, basically, to make it more concise as possible. So down there in the shadow work, there are lots of illusions. There are lots of things that you may have experienced in the past, but you may be recreating now. And when you recreate them, you make it real in your experience. So Ampu is here to say, to discern what is illusion and what is actually still happening, and even how to recreate something new if it actually is still happening. If you are creating it, or your life is literally just bringing, but most of the time it's us creating it, what we're experiencing. But and the message is Tepi Aun Nu. Okay, so if you guys have not watched my general timeless reading, I suggest you do, because I have cut and shuffled this deck and we still got Ampu. And this was in reverse though last time. So in the upright, I would definitely say that literally this message is asking you, before you set off any further into 2024 in terms of love and relationship, those of you that are in a official relationship, go back to the drawing board, because new is definitely about being back at the drawing board. And that is the mind, the beautiful and potent mind that you have to create whatever it is you're dreaming of. There's so much potential, infinite potential, if you see the spiral here. And it will be characterized by what you discern is real, and what you discern is not real, and what do you discern is still serving you and not serving you in terms of that. Like travel for me, and the message about fear is maybe setting out on a good foot and discerning that you really would rather focus on what you're fearing, only in order to bring it into consciousness so that you can create something infinitely, completely different from what you have been creating. That's how I take that message. I do feel like it's good idea for us to clarify those. At the bottom of the deck, we have the page of wands. What I'm seeing here is just a young man. He's got something to say, but it's all muddled up. So whether you're a male or a female, pardon me, that's confirmation. It's all about action. When you see a male in the tarot, well, when I see a male in the tarot, it's definitely about action, like outward action, expressive action in terms of that. But there's a fear again when it's in reverse. It's fear, resistance, doubt to taking that action, like even at least to make plans and communicate your plans for your you know, things that you're passionate about in your official love relationship. So there may be some things to work on that are rooted in your inner child's wounds or unresolved trauma, or when it comes to things that you're passionate about. When it comes to even sex, there may be some of you watching this that feel shut down when it comes to sex, sexuality, sensuality. Like you get all, you know, like if, I don't know why I'm getting this, but when you are trying to tune in an old analog radio and it's just all fuzzy, like you know what you want to say, but it just comes out all muddled up, all messy. That's what I get from this. You have to go back to the drawing board. You have to travel beyond wherever your trauma was and how you show up in your official relationship. You have to go back there and deal with that, and it's you have to deal with. You have to reparent yourself. You have to heal that inner child. You have to let that inner child know that it's okay. You're not that child anymore. That you're safe. That you're here to advocate for you, and that you will honor yourself in terms of what you need to say and what you need to feel, the warmth that you need to feel, you know, to just expressing yourself rather than it becoming rage. So some of you, the work seems to be there so far. The work seems to be in dealing with this stuff, this fear of expressing yourself so far, so that you can go beyond what you've ever experienced. Yeah, some of you will be physically traveling, but I feel like some of you will be physically traveling and literally traveling back to this version in order to turn things around, in order to go beyond what you've ever experienced in love and relationship. That is how I take that in terms of clarifying what we've seen so far. Bottom of the deck that was, and then we'll see what the message is. Oh, beautiful. So once you do that homework, my dears, this is what you'll be getting. Literally just harmony, just jamming with your people, you know, just really creating awesome memories infinitely, you know, is how I take that. Once you deal with that fear, it's just infinite memories and going beyond in terms of your heart space and how safe and secure you feel in yourself, right? In yourself and in your circles. Specifically though, yet definitely your intimate and official relationship, romantic relationship. You know, this is enjoying a good time. This is ambience, indoors and outdoors. You see the little huts here. And she's singing. So this is like literally your heart singing. Your heart is literally full. You feel safe and secure. Like, these guys are half naked. This is definitely their culture. But do you know what I'm saying? I do. I feel like it's creating a new culture. I feel like maybe some of you have, because I know that I'm reading for my collective, my soul family. I just want to shout out Made for Love here. She definitely inspired me to get going with creating a YouTube channel and putting more of myself out there in terms of my readings. So anybody that's watching this, you're definitely resonating with maybe some of the things I'm dealing with right now myself. So I do feel like it's, once you do this work and deal with this fear and travel back to this version of yourself and you know, find out, because when we face trauma, we get stuck there, and a lot of the times it does come out in our intimate relationships, and it will keep coming around and around and around in a circle until we go back to the drawing board and change it. And then it will just be infinitely more and more of this. Like your heart being full, you're feeling so safe and secure and comfortable. Imagine how, whether it's their culture or not, imagine how comfortable you have to be sitting like this among your people. How comfortable you have to be with each other. This is what where you're going. Should you do the work? I have to always emphasize that. Should you do the work of dealing what's been gripping you in your official love relationship, that's where you can head, but you have to do the work. All right, sorry, I feel like I was going on and on. Okay, so we're going over 10 minutes now, so let me just do the oracle messages again. The decks have already been cut and shuffled. Bottom of the deck we have universe, so literally again that you are safe, you're being guided, you can tap into at any time just by tuning into the deep breath, which is what we do in New when we go back to the drawing board, when we visualize, when we tune into infinite possibilities. Literally whatever is in the universe, which everything is in the universe, right? You can have it when it comes to relationship, when it comes to love, especially your official relationship. You'll literally be on the level of all knowing, on higher consciousness, in terms of that universal consciousness is how I take that. So you will always, once you're on that level, you'll know what you need to do, and you'll just feel very confident in yourself, very tuned in. So I feel like it's reminding you to stay on that level. And that's the bottom of the deck. And then we've got cooperation and interdependence. And so what I take from that in terms of the final guidance is to tune in, and because you're the only one, okay? You're the only one that can tune in to what it is that this guy or girl wants, this inner child. It's all inside you. You know what you want, but only you can give it to yourself. And once you've given it to yourself, then obviously you'll know, you're teaching simultaneously how the other person should give it to you. But if you do not first give it to yourself, you can't expect, you have to clear up whatever unconscious, most likely unconscious habits that that you're doing that are not in cooperation with the version of you that gets here. Yeah. So there's a upper and lower version of you, a higher and lower version of you, and the lower version moves through the unconscious. Like they don't know what, they're not half the, they go off what they expect. They go off that self-fulfilling prophecy. So if they believe, say that love and relationship long term never works out for them, guess what? It's never going to work out. When you go back and you see that it can work out, actually, you can move beyond that. You can travel beyond that, but you do have to travel back to that inner child to get there, and see that actually you can cooperate and work with people, and things can work out harmoniously rather than in rage and frustration, etc. in terms of that. All right. Again, I've already cut and shuffled, and we got courage. So to me, this is lava. It is a woman here. So this is like the subconscious stuff, the super conscious, the inner divine feminine. And she has a shield and she's moving across this bridge. The way I take that is, in terms of final guidance, that yes, there is lava there. Yes, it is the danger that you're going to go back into unconscious habits, and then you're going to feel the pain of heartbreak again. But if you just carefully ground, you see this is an earth card, so this is definitely about grounding. A bloodstone is here, so this is definitely about being secure in yourself, that you have got what it takes. And if you are my soul family, then you have got what it takes. You've learned all the lessons. You just have to be calm in moving across the bridge. The bridge, thank you, Spirit. The bridge is your inner self and all that you've learned in all of your years of healing I'm assuming that you've been doing if you're my soul family for real, and bringing that into reality. You see, this is the unconscious, this is the inner self vision for yourself, and then this is carefully moving no matter what risks, temptations, whatever triggers that can pull you into unconscious behavior. You carefully and consciously move across the bridge to bring your best version into reality, and knowing that you're safe and secure in terms of that. So that's the guidance from the Crystal Allies deck. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Bottom of the deck, we have got thank you. So this is the emphasis that literally you're here for a reason, and you have a birthright. The fact that you're here on this earth plane, you have a right to experience all that you've dreamed of. You deserve it, you owe it to yourself to bring the vision that you have into reality. This is beautiful. It's very simple, but it's so beautiful. It's time. It's time to bring the version of yourself into reality. Right, I just absolutely have to say this. I've got to say this. Again, if you're my soul family, what I've been getting for myself lately is actually Sade, By Your Side. Go and listen to it, I beg you. And it's for yourself. It's dedicated to you. Don't leave yourself. And I do feel like this is people who resonate more with divine feminine. I'm not saying men don't abandon themselves sometimes in relationship, but I feel like that's something, and look, she's got the shield. Yes, it's definitely a woman, but she's got the shield. So the shield is her. While she's alone, I don't see anybody there with her. She has to, it's about her. It's really about her being there for herself, never leaving herself, protecting herself, defending herself, doing what she needs to do to feel safe. Until what she needs to feel safe is there in the physical, so that she can then put down her shield. And I love that there's water here in this one, because to me this is about cleansing. There's a mountaintop here, so this is definitely that you may have never felt like you've reached the mountaintop in official relationship. This is an opportunity to do that. First of all, for yourself, work out as you go down into this inner child work, and work out. Some of you, like me, might have already known what you want to do, but you somehow ended up abandoning yourself again. So work out how you can course correct. And some of you will literally be starting on the journey to, working out your boundaries, working out how to honor them, and how not to abandon yourself is how I take this final guidance. Yeah. So it's very cleansing to, whether you're in an official relationship or not. It seems like it was very cleansing and grounding and important to, you have a birthright. And I think even if if people think that when you meet someone you abandon yourself, they're in charge of you now. No, not true. And I knew that, but I've done whatever I've done in my experience, and it's a journey, and it's just being gentle with yourself, that there's always space to ground and course correct. Imagine there's all these paths down to the top of this mountain. All the paths are beautiful. Just know that the focus is still the mountaintop. Yeah. Don't settle for anywhere down here. This waterfall's beautiful, but you want to get to the mountaintop, and the mountaintop is what you need to feel safe and secure, so that you can take down your shield. Because I do think relationship is about vulnerability, but if you don't feel safe to be vulnerable, then keep that shield up until you do. We always, with us, whether we're in an official relationship or not, it's us that we have to check in with, and make sure that we feel safe and secure. Nobody else is responsible for that but ourselves. And then we can have that flow with others. And again, sorry, I didn't think I was going to go on this long. The river is giving me, like, I recently heard someone say that relationship it's got obviously trust, love, and communication to keep it going. And the communication is the riverbed, the flow of relationship. If communication's not happening, then it's going to be really hard to keep it going, because the riverbed is gone, the riverbed is eroded in terms of that. So the way how I take that is, like, first of all, communicate with yourself and express what you need to express, no matter how difficult it is, because obviously she's crossing this river of lava with trepidation. So it's a difficult conversation that she's going to have to come out of herself to express. But I feel like when she gets on the other side, things will be flowing again beautifully. And she has a birthright and a duty to herself in the name of her inner peace to cross that bridge and get to this place. That's the message from that deck. This, I noticed this stayed here, and I'm just taking that first line, hi miracle worker. That's what I'm adding to the reading from that. So yeah, you guys, you definitely are miracle workers. I'm sure you can sit and think of so many times when you've literally manifested miracles in your love life, and you can do it again. I don't care how difficult the conversation is, how difficult it is right now. You've got what it takes. You do have to honor yourself. You do have to come out of yourself. You do have to maybe have a word with your inner child, work out what you want to say that's going to be calm, constructive, and concise. But then you do have to go ahead and express yourself in terms of that. Okay. Wow. Okay, so then the final oracle message before we close out this part of the reading is, in any moment I can surrender to the power of powerful presence, of love, through prayer, contemplation, and stillness. Absolutely love this. This has been more or less the energy of my week. Really just tuning in literally to that same inner child that was raging. And then I realized in the stillness I was raging with myself. It was only me I was raging with. The other person in relationship, I'm not a relationship coach, but the other person in relationship is literally just holding up the mirror to you. They're only loving you the way how they see you loving yourself, treating you how you treat yourself, respecting you how you respect yourself, honoring you how you respect yourself. They're just showing you where your work is or isn't. For some of you who are perfect, probably. So yeah, that's the bottom of the deck. That's the foundation of this connection, whoever it is that's viewing this video. And then the message, the oracle message is, the universe works fast when I'm having fun. So in the meantime of this important conversation that you've got to have with your person of interest, your specific person who you love and care about and need to harmonize with, after you've harmonized with yourself and gave yourself what you need, you got to have fun. First with yourself, and then the fun will come, I'm sure, after the difficult conversation. In terms of that. So as a year reading, I would summarize that there are some difficult conversations. Pardon me, that's confirmation. There are some difficult conversations that are going to be had for the year ahead in love. But I'm telling you, it's going to be a beautiful balance of reward when it comes to fun, when it comes to harmony, when it comes to being able to actually really depend on each other emotionally, when you're really able to harmonize with each other and work together, when it comes to traveling and moving forward and making progress, when it comes to, tapping into, the highest version of yourselves, the one that literally sees and knows all and is anchored fully your divinity, the one that is courageous enough to know that all the challenges that we face in relationship, they are for you and your person to face together and overcome together. One of you is not the enemy here. It's in the relationship, there's a triangle. It's you, your person, and the relationship. And when challenges come, you have to remember it's the relationship. How do I harmonize with you to maintain this relationship, as well as harmonize with myself? And we have to be okay with knowing that once I do that and it doesn't work, then that might be the end. To be okay with that, because you can't lose yourself, in my humble opinion. Well, you can, but it's not a good idea. It's not going to lead to this. It's not going to lead to this either. If you don't harmonize, if you can't harmonize with yourself, you can't harmonize with anyone else. You can't create beautiful memories with anybody else if you don't have beautiful memories with yourself, if that makes sense. Yeah. I don't want to go off on a tangent, but a beautiful thing that I've started doing again is remembering. And not just remembering positive memories, but also remembering positive future that I want to create. So it's just another way of visualizing, basically. But yeah, I do. I think this is the rest of the end of this part of the reading. In the extended, we will be looking at what are the mutual feelings of your person towards you, what are their thoughts and feelings about their last interaction they had with you, what needs healing, what's the blocks, what's the bumps in the road, what are the intentions for you, as in where does their mind go when they think of you, what are their feelings for you as an individual, because mutual feelings is like what you both have in common in terms of your thoughts and feelings for each other. Feelings are on their own, how they feel about you, differently from mutual feelings. And then what's the next action towards you, and I will find the timescale of the action towards you also. What's the best action to take for you towards them in response to their next action towards you, or just even maybe before the next action towards you, because sometimes you got to take an action yourself. Yeah. And what's the divine purpose of this connection, romance angels, and any final guidance from your spiritual entourage. I thank you for taking time to click this video. Please like, comment, share and subscribe if you're liking what I'm putting out. It means a lot to me. And yeah, click over to the extended version of this video once you decided that you do want to do that. Thank you so much. Bless you.